Darren Cunningham live in East Lansing now with the look. We can hear them there behind you, Darren.
Yeah, that's right. Protesters are growing in numbers, and it's getting pretty tense out here right now. Take a look. Hundreds of protesters surrounding this Michigan State University SWAT vehicle. Now, these Michigan State Police troopers actually just came in to surround this vehicle. You can see they've got the mounted units out here from Ingham County Sheriff's Department. Just allowing you to listen to what they're chanting. Who do you serve? Who do you protect? And behind the SWAT vehicle, there are people laying down on the ground because the SWAT vehicle is actually backing up once protesters had blocked the road on the other side of the vehicle. Police have moved in to arrest. It appears they're arresting the folks who lay down behind this SWAT vehicle here because those individuals would not move from the roadway. Before I shut off here, I want to take a look over here. There's another group coming from this way. Not exactly sure who this is. This quite possibly may be. Yeah, this is clearly the group that some of the people who are coming here to Richard Spencer speak. Right. And right now there are. Okay. All right. Hey, this is getting violent. This is getting violent, guys. Oh, we'll have to move in here. There's a fight. Things are being thrown. We're taking all this in. There are rocks being thrown right now.
Get out of here!
Police have not moved in yet. Police have not moved in yet. They are behind this group on their bikes. Both groups are clashing. We apologize. We apologize for the language, folks. Careful, careful, be careful. All right, police have moved in. Careful. Okay. Okay, right now you're watching a clash between protesters and event goers where Richard Spencer is supposed to speak at 4:30. You have police from several agencies here trying to keep the peace. One person is being arrested right now. I'm not exactly sure which side they're on. Police have formed a perimeter around several people who are there looking to arrest.
All right, we want to check back in with our Darren Cunningham. He's on a very active, very tense scene right now in East Lansing, where white supremacist speaker Richard Spencer is expected to speak this afternoon. Darren, you doing okay out there? We know things are
Yeah, we're hanging in there. Things have gotten very violent here. They're throwing rocks. We're trying to keep an eye out, making sure we don't get hit. But fights have been breaking out right in front of us between two different sets of groups clashing here. Those who are here to speak at Richard Spencer's event, as well as protesters who have been out here all day. There are, I would say, hundreds of police officers out here trying to break this up, at first they were trying to keep the peace. Now, as of late, they've been detaining people, arresting them. now they've we'll go to the left here just to kind of show you a line of police officers trying to keep the roads clear, trying to keep both sides away from one another. At one point, it looked like they were trying to allow the folks who are here to attend this event to get over to the pavilion, to that building all the way in the back, which is where Richard Spencer is supposed to speak at 4:30. But at this point, there are just several people from both sides, obviously more protesters than there are people here to hear Richard Spencer speak at this point. Just clashing, throwing rocks, profanities. And we'll just give you a live look here while we kind of take things in as you take them in. And this is exactly what police did not want to happen today. This is one reason we've got another clash. We actually have another clash breaking out down here near the Michigan State University SWAT vehicle, police SWAT vehicle.
So, Darren, we noticed things escalated pretty
and that
quickly.
Person in the white shirt and khakis over there, he's been walking around taunting. He's not only taunted protesters, he's also taunted police who are here actually just trying to break all of this up. And as I was saying, this is exactly what the university did not want to have happen. One reason they didn't want to have him speak here. The gentleman I was just talking about has been taken down by police. We're going to try to move in closer.
Darren, what can you tell us about that guy? What hate to say, what side is he on? What's he preaching right there?
Again, we apologize for the language that you're hearing here. Okay, police have formed a barrier around him while they arrest this person. He was actually leading the group of, I don't know what you want to call them, but the white nationalists who were marching towards this event. Now, he was actually leading that group, and that's when all of this chaos just broke out.
Now, from Fox 17 News.
We're heading back out. Here's a live look at East Lansing right now, right near the campus of Michigan State University, where white supremacist Richard Spencer scheduled to speak in about 10 minutes. In case you were watching, about 15 minutes ago, a group of supporters of his speech came marching down the street, where a large group against him speaking was waiting already, and fists started flying very quickly. Also, a lot of expletives started flying. We apologize for that.
You're watching Fox 17 News on air and streaming until 7 p.m.
Hey, this is getting violent. This is getting violent, guys.
That was our Darren Cunningham when fights broke out before white supremacist Richard Spencer's speech at Michigan State University. That was about 35 minutes ago. He is scheduled to speak any moment from 4:30 till 6:30. We will be checking back in with their live as soon as possible.
Police are escorting people into the event, trying to protect them.
Just to recap, people trying to prevent Richard Spencer's speech from happening, blocking the roadway where some of the attendees are trying to get into the place. We just saw a man in a suit being walked in, surrounded by 5 police officers, one by one. So the speech has been pushed back at least until 5 o'clock per the organization with Richard Spencer. It was scheduled at 4:30. The people fighting his speech have accomplished their mission. They've at least delayed his speech.
Starts now with a breaking news alert.
We are continuing to stay on top of that breaking news out of Lansing tonight. Clashes between white nationalists and supporters of Richard Spencer and the groups there to protest his speech.
And things turned very violent about an hour ago. Last time we checked in with Darren Cunningham. Those groups coming face to face outside the venue where Spencer will be speaking, and we'll check back in with Darren Cunningham now. He was there for it all. He still is with us now. And Darren, how are things looking? It seems a little quieter even in the last couple of minutes that we checked in with you.
Yeah, things are quiet behind me, but it's pretty intense over to my left here. I don't know if you can see the protesters sort of converging on people are here to listen to Richard Spencer speak. This is what has been taking place all this lately this afternoon. As people are walking in to this area here, they're being met by protesters of Richard Spencer. So people are here to attend, and it looks like there is a fight breaking out. We apologize for the language here, but police are actually arresting an individual. Not clear why, because we weren't here to see it.
Yeah, Darren, I know it's probably tough to hear us right now, but we've seen a couple of people in police custody. Has this been isolated, or have there been dozens and dozens and dozens of these arrests? How widespread are these arrests right now?
Yeah, as far as as they take these individuals, take these individuals in, it's been largely because of fighting. Individuals who have been a part of these brawls that have taken place. It's not clear why this person is being taken in. Another reason why they've taken people into custody is for blocking the roadway. There's this Michigan State University SWAT vehicle that people were blocking earlier. They were told to move. When they did not move, that's when police moved in and arrested them. Around behind us here. Okay, so
Darren,
as you can see, they're escorting this man inside. He is here to the event. This is what we've been seeing. These individuals, these protesters, have been going after the people who are here to listen to Richard Spencer speak. You can see they've been throwing rocks, throwing bottled water. Someone just threw an orange. And this is all happening live right here. Yep. So, very.
And Darren, I know it's very chaotic there right now. A lot of confusion, especially with our viewers who may just be joining in right now. But tell us a little bit about the fights that you saw earlier today. Are these people who are supporting Richard Spencer? Are they people protesting his appearance here, or is it a little bit of both with fights and arrests that are going on today?
Yeah, well, when it comes to the fights that we've seen, it's been it all occurred once the white nationalists showed up and were met by the protesters. So both groups ended up clashing. So I don't know if you can put it on one group or the other, but both groups ended up exchanging words, getting into each other's faces. Words were exchanged, fists were exchanged, and then there was an all-out brawl that took place.
Breaking now from Fox 17 News.
We're continuing to stay on that breaking news out of Lansing tonight, where clashes between white nationalists and supporters of Richard Spencer, who is scheduled to speak tonight, and also the groups there to protest his speech.
Yeah, it's for the last hour been nothing but violence, and we'll send it back out now to our Darren Cunningham, who is in the thick of it. Darren, it seems noisier than we last checked in with you. How are things looking?
And then instead they just got cornered.
Yeah, it's getting pretty intense right here. Once again, I'll move out of the way so you can see they've got some of Richard Spencer's supporters cornered. When I say they, I mean all of these protesters, hundreds of protesters, with police forming a perimeter around these individuals. There are about 3 of them who basically all day, I should say lately, we've been seeing police try to escort these white nationalist supporters into the event. You can see people are throwing things between rocks, bottles of water, bottles of Gatorade. There you see another rock being thrown. Okay. So they're escorting them. We're going to swing it around so you can see just how large this crowd is. And now you see this person getting in this officer's face. Apologize for his language, but let's swing it around. You can see just how massive this crowd is right now. Hundreds more officers back over to the right. The things have been very chaotic this afternoon. These protesters, it's not exactly clear what groups these protesters represent.
Fox 17 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
There's a fight. Things are being thrown.
And first at 6, violent protests at Michigan State University this afternoon into this evening as white supremacist Richard Spencer speaks in East Lansing. Just minutes before the event was scheduled to start, some of his supporters and protesters started fighting right on the streets outside of that facility.
We brought you that chaotic scene live on Fox 17 News at 4. That's where our Darren Cunningham has been braving all the madness live in East Lansing. Darren, looks like it's calmed down quite a bit there behind you.
Yes, it has, Janice, Derek. We were consumed by it. We'll take a quick look over here. You got a Lansing police SWAT vehicle that's leaving the scene. And then back over here to our right, the majority of the protesters have left. The majority of them have left.